cybersecurity is not an IT function.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. And in order for cybersecurity to be effective at protecting the business, protecting the investment of the investors, right, there has to be a prioritization. And I'm going to use the term investment for the third time in the same sentence. There has to be an investment and a prioritization of that investment from the leadership of the company.
Yes.
Right? The board has to direct a certain amount of the profitability from, the organization into a reinvestment to protect future profitability. And security is a critical capability of that, right? Data, knowing where your data is, and data governance is another piece of it. That all ties into this ruling.
It does. Yeah.
Which, if you don't, and we won't dive. We joked about this in our pre-talk about talking about labeling and data governance and all of that. I'm not going to dive into the details of that, but there is a new requirement to expand that around disclosures and costs of disclosures, which was not protected or categorized before. It now has to be labeled as a business regulation or business rule and business data and protected accordingly. So that's another expansion where, if you're not a practitioner, and I joked that that's a format and the labeling and the tagging that goes along with it that our financial regulators and our financial auditors have been doing for decades. But the cyber side of the house, we really didn't have a conversation about it, right? We would just always push back that, well, this is material to the security of the organization. We don't need to disclose this to anyone, right? And we've got this kind of close-held secrets mentality that the SEC is trying to crack open, right? Because I can't make a sound investment choice as an investor in a company if I don't understand how rotten the foundation of the company is in the technology sector that allows us to make money. And so, again, the SEC is protecting investors here, which has some good and bad consequences when we're so focused on the investment piece. But it should theoretically lead to more prioritization and engagement with the cyber problem going forward. And again, that's all going to be borne out. We'll see if this is just a lot of hullabaloo and additional regulatory driving and requirements that maybe amount to nothing different. We have to see how this plays out. But we should treat it, and we should be communicating to our leadership in a way that they understand the weight of